welcome back to another video, and hope you guys enjoy. I will be joined by my friend Hammy. So Hammy, kick it off.
First, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Baltimore Ravens. Who do you think is going to win? If I'm being honest, I feel like it's just going to be another easy game for the Ravens after the Miami Dolphins game. Oh my God. After that, I feel like the Ravens are just going to get their third ring and third Lombardi.
Now. Here, I have an upset here. I have the Steelers winning against the Ravens.
Why?
You can call me crazy, but I know the Ravens are going to be resting their starters, and they're going to have a trash offense because they're going to be resting their starters for the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, it does kind of sound like that, but I'll pick the Ravens for this game. I feel like it's gonna be like I feel like it's gonna be another blowout. Give me like the 40s to like not even a single double digit. My guess is probably like 42 to like 3. I'm probably going over.
Mike Tomlin finds ways to win these games. He won against the Seahawks. That game was not even close. And so I have faith in the Steelers, and they're going to clinch the playoffs.
But I mean, neither way, if the Steelers win or not, I still feel like they're not going to make the playoffs, but that's your bet, and I'm willing to take that on.
And then after that game, we have the Houston Texans. They're going to take on the Indianapolis Colts. They're going to be at the Colts. And this is another one of those matchups to see if one of the teams can clinch the playoffs.
All right, so for this game, I feel like the Texans are going to win. C.J. Stroud and Tank Dell are just going to destroy the Indianapolis. I feel like it's going to be a pretty close matchup, so probably like 20, let me get a realistic score. 28 to 25, that's my guess.
All right, that's a good prediction. I also have the Texans going into the Colts and beating the Colts. And I have it to being a really close game. I have it 24 to 26 with the Texans coming out on top.
All right.
I think C.J. Stroud is the better quarterback.
Yeah,
and overall the Texans
they don't really,
better offense.
And the Colts don't have Anthony Richardson anymore, so it's going to be pretty hard for them to beat an opponent like that with another rookie.
Well, bravo to my friend Hammy. I will put his channel in the description. Anyways, let's get on to the first Sunday game. The first Sunday game, sadly, is the New Jersey Jets taking on the Poverty Patriots. And statistics are saying that the Poverty Patriots will win. The Patriots have won the last 8 in a row that they've played the Jets. That's just about 4 years, a 4-year streak. I think it should be pretty easy for the Patriots. The Patriots have been hot recently, almost beating the Bills and beating the Broncos on Christmas Eve. I have the Poverty Patriots over the New Jersey Jets. All right, next we have the Atlanta Falcons going to take on the New Orleans Saints. Now, I think this game will be pretty close. Atlanta losing in a blowout last week to the Chicago Bears. I think the Falcons are going to be mad, and I think they're just going to tear up this New Orleans team. But New Orleans also winning last week. They've been alright recently. Obviously, both of these teams would need the Green Bay Packers to lose, and then they would need Tampa to lose to at least get into the playoffs. And I think it'd be pretty hard. Both teams have a lot on the line, but I just overall have the Atlanta Falcons in this game. Final score, 27 to 20. Atlanta wins. Next, we have another NFC South showdown. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Poverty Panthers. Obviously, you know who I got. The Buccaneers. Now, they suffered a pretty bad loss last week, but I think they will bounce back, obviously, because it's the Panthers. And I think they will win the NFC South, put all the haters to rest. Baker Mayfield has been cooking up in the kitchen. Let's see if they can win. Obviously, I think they will win. Next, we have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. Now, I think this game won't even be close. The Detroit Lions got cheated out of a win last week. Obviously, you saw the linebacker reporting eligible. Overall, just bad calls on that game. The Lions should have won and been in the number 2 seed, beating the Cowboys. But hey, the game's a game. The Minnesota Vikings getting wrecked in one of the few blowouts they've had this year by the Green Bay Packers. Now, obviously, I think the Detroit Lions will win because they're mad and they're overall just the better team. And we do not know who's starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Final score, 35-21, Detroit wins. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Bengals. Now, the Browns are going to be resting starters. Obviously, Couch Potato Flacco needing that rest. I think the Bengals win this one. I think it'll be 28-21. The Browns tacking on another loss before making it to the playoffs and playing, which is questionable right now, either Jacksonville, Texans, or Colts. Now it's questionable who they're going to play. They're either going to play those 3 teams. I think the Bengals will win here. They have nothing to play for as they were knocked out of the playoffs last week. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now, I personally think half of these games aren't even going to be close. Obviously, the Jaguars, I believe, are going to win. I think they're going to win easy. I think they're going to win in a blowout, to be honest. And I hope they do so they can win the AFC South. I think it'll be easy money. Jaguars on top. Sorry, Titans fans, but I think it's going to be blowout. 28-3, Jaguars on top. Next, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. Now, obviously, I'm a Packers fan, so I'm hoping the Packers will win, punch ourselves into the playoffs to play the number 2 seed or the number 3 seed. Hopefully number 3 seed as the Rams play the Niners. Hopefully my predictions, I don't have any right now as I do not want to put my words out there in the universe and it all coming crashing down. But I know this is going to be a good game. Battle of the North. Let's see who can win. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I have the obvious, opinion. The Seahawks win this easy. It's going to be a blowout. I have Seattle. 24-3. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants. Now, we're getting into a weird stretch of games where, we have super powerful teams taking on weakling teams. So, obviously, I have the Eagles. But you never know with the Eagles because of how they've been playing. So, I think it will be a close game, like Christmas. But overall, I have Philly. Fly, Eagles, fly. Like I said, we're still in the weird stretch of games. We have the Cowboys taking on the Commanders. Now, obviously, I have the Cowboys in this one. 40-10, Cowboys on top. Easy pick. Next, we have the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, the Broncos team, I feel like since they benched Russell Wilson, they did win last week. But it's the Chargers. The Raiders also lost. But it was actually a pretty competitive game against the Colts. So me personally, I have the Raiders all the way. It's going to be a tight game still. Give me 21-17 Raiders on top. Next, we have the LA Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Now, even though San Fran will be resting starters, I have San Francisco. I think it'll be a tight game still. 28-21. Rams lose. San Francisco on top, as they usually do in every game they've played this year. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the LA Chargers at SoFi Stadium. Me personally, I have the Chiefs. Pretty sure the Chiefs are not resting starters, so I think the Chiefs will beat the Chargers pretty badly, even though the Chargers season is over and they have nothing to play for. I think they won't even try. And so I have Kansas City 24-3, Chiefs on top. Now finally, we have the last game of the regular season. We have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. Now this game is to decide who gets the AFC North. And me personally, I have Dolphins. And I have a Bills loss. I think it'll be a competitive, high-scoring game, though. I have 34-31. Miami Dolphins win the NFC East. And depending on how today turns out, or how Sunday turns out, Buffalo might just miss the playoffs entirely. But let's go Miami. And so those are my picks for the final week of the regular season. See you guys next time. Go Pack.